This is the Thinker Academy Module 2, How to Get New Material to Stick in Your Mind. You had it down. You read it, heard it, understood it, like you really knew what was going on. Then it happened. A few days later, you couldn't remember it. That critical moment when the teacher called on you, what went wrong? Is that bit still there, or is it lost for good? You wish that stuff would stick so you could get it back to wherever you needed it. Here's the thing, you can't make your memory perfect, but you can strengthen it. And it's pretty simple to get started. First step, learn how your memory works. Take away the mystery. Once you know how memory works, it's easy to understand how to make it work better. Click below to get started. You'll click on Next. Here's a video about information processing.
Ever wonder why some things seem to stick in your mind and others go in one ear and out the other? If you want to make more information stick, it helps to understand how your mind processes information. How information gets into your mind, how your mind works with the information once it's in there, how it stores it, and how it gets it back later. Humans basically have what's called an information processing system. There are three main parts of the information processing system: sensory memory, short-term memory, and long-term memory. In a bit, we'll go over what each part does individually and how they work together to process information. Understanding the different ways your mind processes information will help you to see why some strategies that you might use to study work better than others. It will also give you the freedom to change how you study when you need to, and know what to expect in return. In short, knowing about information processing will help you to be more in charge of what you learn. Don't worry if this all sounds very new to you, we'll take it step by step. Information processing may sound like a strange phrase, but it's really a lot like food processing.
So here's an interactive video. Let's see what it says. Try one. Let's run the food processor first. Now we'll run the information processor. So here's a quick video about the information journey. So when we solve the information processor, here's what happened as we put that information in our mind.
The information processing system has three components: sensory memory, short-term memory, and long-term memory. Your goal is to get information into long-term memory so that you can find it again later and use it whenever you need it. Before information can get into long-term memory, it must go through sensory memory and short-term memory first. A lot of it gets filtered out and lost on the way. So, how can you keep important facts alive and get them into long-term memory? Just like you have to keep kicking a soccer ball with your foot or your knee if you want to keep it juggling in the air, you have to actively work that information to make sure it gets all the way to long-term memory. And just like juggling a soccer ball takes a bit of skill and technique, so too does handling information.
So, how can knowing about information processing help you with studying? Does it help you understand how the mind takes in, stores, and retrieves information? Does it help you understand that all learning strategies work well? Does it help you understand why some ways of learning work better than others? Click on your answer and then click Check. Identify the three main components of the information processing system by dragging and dropping each element on the correct component. Well, you can't do this on yours, so let's do it together. We have sensory memory, short-term memory, and long-term memory. We know that the goal is long-term memory, so let's put long-term memory there. Now we have short-term memory and sensory memory. Well, I know that my senses are sight, hearing, touch, taste, smell. So I think this might be the first one because at first I have to sense the information. So I'm going to put that there. Then it goes to my short-term memory where I have to work it, get it into my long-term memory. Let's check. Yep, we were right. So here's your exercise. What do you want to learn? When you're trying to pick up new skills, it really helps to apply them right away. It's especially useful to try out your new skills for real in your own life. With that in mind, think of a topic of study, something to learn about. You'll use your topic to practice study skills in this course. You might pick a class from school as your topic, or something that you'd just like to learn more about on your own. What is your topic? Describe it in a few words below and be specific. So pick something that you're going to want to go back to over and over again. If it's something for school, then make it a class that you really need to dedicate some time to. If it's just a hobby or something you're interested in, that's fine too. Write your answer and click submit.